Today, I'm going to talk to you about a 10-pound brisket and how it can help you with your carnivore diet. So let's get into it. Once you're this sharp, get you one of these microplastic inducing cutting boards, and we're gonna get going, and we're gonna cut some beef, and it's gonna be good. Okay, so we're gonna take this 10-pound brisket and we're gonna cut it open because you have to. Microplastic cutting board. I prefer my microplastic cutting boards. Can you get those plastics incorporated in your meat and it's more tasty? That's a joke. Listen, I just don't have another cutting board right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim the fat off of this hunk of meat, which is exactly what I've been doing for the last over 30 days. We've been trimming the fat off of this hunk of meat. And the reason I'm able to do it is because of this hunk of meat. So we have a brisket, it's 10 pounds. We're gonna cut the fat off. Actually, what I plan to do with it, don't laugh. What I plan to do with it, I plan to cut it in half, 5 pounds, because math. We'll go into a crock pot. The other 5 pounds, I'm gonna cut up into steaks. And I'm not gonna cut all of the fat off, but most of these fat caps I am gonna cut off. Yeah, we're gonna start with this. Like half frozen, it's so much easier. The fat's not gloopy and gloppy. It's kind of more stiff and easier to work with. And as you can tell, by the way, by this brisket, that we're just kind of cleaning up some of the fat off this. My professional videographer, who is my 12-year-old son, is doing a wonderful job. So thank you.
You're welcome.
My son had a good point. He asked, what are we going to do with all this fat? You can render it down into beef tallow. And honestly, if I get enough out of it, I might do that because beef tallow is so expensive and I have the opportunity to do that here. So don't just throw your fat away. Or do. It's up to you. Just remember that you can use it. We're throwing all the fat with the meats in it, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna render it down. It's a big process. I think I've watched a video once where it's like, you cook it all down, you remove the meat pieces, and you cook it down again, and you filter it, and then you do it again, and you filter it. We'll see. But there, I'm saving food. You're welcome. Now we're gonna cut this brisket in half. Like I said, we want to play around with half of it. It's gonna go like into I don't know, it's gonna be kind of like a pulled brisket. That's the idea. Watch this video title, could end up saying the best way to ruin a perfectly good brisket. But we'll cut it in half, and the grain's going this way. I'm gonna kind of like cut against it, and then I'm gonna cut some steaks out of this side. I'm gonna throw the fattier part into the whatchamacallit. Now I'm gonna work on these steak pieces. So go like to a thickness that I want. Where I cut through it, and I mean, come on. Like, it's probably not going to be the best cut of steak, but it's steak, and I didn't have steak before.
Okay, so you see here I'm just cutting the brisket, continuing to do that, cutting it into steak pieces, and it was really easy with that brisket, mostly frozen. And then for this next part, I was trying to explain some things, and my 12-year-old son thought he would be funny and ruin the bit by just kind of slowly, ever so slowly zooming into my face. And so I just thought I'd keep this in here because it was funny. And yeah, I found it funny, even though, you know, it's showing not the best part of me. And then as you see here, I threw in the fat and started rendering it down, and it was doing well. And then later on, the more you go, the more it renders down. Pull those old pieces of meat out, and you'll get all the beef.
Got the other half of the brisket here with some clean ingredients, just for some seasoning. We're gonna let this cook on low for a long time until it's tender. And we're gonna throw some of these pieces of the brisket that we got on the grill. Just want to try it out. I know it's gonna be like super tough meat, but honestly, I just wanted steak, and we had this frozen brisket, and I was like, let's just do it. All right, so I just wanted to show you real quick. I rendered all that fat down for a while, just slow cooked it in this pan, and then I did a quick filter of it, and then I've been filtering it through either coffee filters, or you can use paper towels like this, and look at what you got. Beautiful tallow. And here is the finished product of the steaks that I cut. I went ahead and just cut them in small pieces, did a trial run. They turned out really well. They're slightly, tough just because of the cut of meat, but they're really delicious. Added some eggs and some sausage to it as well. So yeah, all around, I think it was a success. I kind of showed you what my process was for that. I think it's going to turn out well. I'll let you know how the crock crock pot. Easy to say. I'm glitching. Crock pot. That's the word. The crock pot. I can't say crock pot when I want to say crock pot. I'll let you know how the crock pot. Yeah. How the crock pot brisket turned out. Okay. Crock pot brisket turns out. And here's the steak that I cooked from the brisket. Medium rare. It's good. It's chewy, but it's good.
Then I also made this meal out of it, and I never got the roast picture because I forgot. But guys, it turned out great, and I'd recommend taking a brisket and doing all this delicious work. So cheers, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in.